Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so sorry we're starting 5 minutes late, but now we are here and we're going to be having our conversation about the emotionally intelligent mom. Yes, 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 yes. Let's invite everybody. Come in, come in, come in, come in. We are live. We are live. It's been a minute that we've been live in here. Yay. Oh, join me. Miss Ireti Iyiola is here. I'm adding her to the video. I pray everything goes on smoothly tonight. In the name of Jesus. I'm bringing you. Okay. I've added her. So we're just going to be waiting for her to join the video. She's joining, and we're going to start now. So we're talking about the emotionally intelligent mom. I've been sharing over the past few days in the group that when we hear the word emotional intelligence, mental health, emotional health, we think it's some high level conversation that we try to exempt ourselves from. That this is not for me, it's just for a selected few, but no be so. This is a conversation that we all should have. This is a conversation that we all should have and be interested in. Okay, what's going on? Are you trying to join me, Ma? Is it acting up? This is better. This is better. Approve. Yes. She's already a guest. If they accept. Okay. The devil is a liar. It says adding, so I'm hoping it's adding her. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Come on, Facebook. Align in the name of Jesus. Align in the name of Jesus. Sis, can you just leave me a comment so I can have an idea of what your struggles are right now? I can see adding showing on my screen, meaning it's trying to add you. Same connection field now. Ooh. So Mrs. Ireti is here to break down this conversation for us. She's here, she's here, she's here.
Finally.
Hello, sis. Good evening.
I am fine. I can't see you up there, but I can see myself.
You
I
can't
don't
see
know what
yourself.
I can see myself, but I can't see you. I
You
don't know
can't
what's
see me.
happening.
I can see both of us, so it's
Oh,
interesting
really?
what's going on. Interesting what's going on. But I can see you. I can see your beautiful background, your beautiful face. You're
Thank you.
lovely,
I've seen
lovely.
you before. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Despite working 12-hour shifts, you're still here. We don't
No,
take that for granted. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I joined a bit later than
no,
than
it's okay.
we agreed. But how are you doing? How's the family?
I'm
How's
fine. Yeah,
everybody?
good.
And your face
Yeah,
is just
good.
looking reggae. You know what they call reggae? It's all looking as if you went to work, you. Eh?
I just, I just nursed 27
Oh my
patients.
goodness. You're not looking like it at all. You're not looking like what you've been through.
That must be the blessings of God. Trust me, stress is all over me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I always
So,
love to listen to you when it comes to, what you share.
thank
You
you.
are you are you are you are an arsenal of knowledge, of wisdom, and even this topic specifically is your playground. And so I just thought it
Thank
would be nice.
you.
So here tonight, before I start raving all over her, let our best friend not come and query me. We have the beautiful, amazing Mrs. Ireti Iyiola. She's a registered mental health nurse and she's also a mindset coach. She's got she's well trained, she's well experienced on the topic, and she's going to simplify this topic for us. If you're here, leave a comment. Let's know that you're here. Say hello to our guest. Welcome our guest. She's a part of our community too,
Yeah,
thankfully. But we don't
yeah.
take we don't take our time for granted, and even our acceptance of the invitation to come and share with us. So I was sharing just before you joined. Maybe you heard me.
Yeah.
And I've been sharing in the group as well that a lot of times we run away from this mental health, emotional health conversation. We're just like, please, please, this one is too high level. Let me just stay with my drinking water well, eating well, eat the right things and all that. And just this conversation, I don't want to bother myself with it. So I thought it would be nice for you to just help us break down that conversation and how we can even begin to take baby steps towards improving our health, both mentally and emotionally. So the topic that she will be sharing with us today around is the emotionally intelligent mom. And it's a moms for wellness community. Everything that we do, whether we like it or not, whether it's intentional or not, it also impacts on our children and our spouses. So it's important for us to be whole for ourselves so that we can pour the right thing out, we can model the right things to them, and also be able to live our own lives even properly well, which is the first thing anyway. So I'll hand over to you to take the floor. I wish I can just minimize myself so that you can just have the floor, really, because
Don't do that.
because we
Don't do
just want to
that.
hear you. But
That
yeah.
was the last time on I don't do that.
Okay.
Ask questions.
Just question.
Me.
Okay, okay. Good, good. That works. That works. So let's do that. So yeah,
Okay.
so the first question will just be around the introduction I gave. Why do you think people run away from this conversation? That they're just like, they've come again, no mental health, mental health. In short, we even use it as a banter self. Oh, all these Gen Zs and their mental health problem. They're always saying my mental health. And so we don't see it as something really, really important in the conversation of health. But why do you think it's like that? That's 1A of the question. And 1B is, why should we begin to prioritize this conversation? That's the B part of the question now.
Why we run away from
Yeah,
it
yeah,
and why we should
yeah.
prioritize it. I don't want to forget.
Yes. Why is it important
All
in
right. Okay. I'll just we were saying that when you were saying that people avoid it. It's one of those things at my early age, like let's say when I started getting aware of my own mental
yeah.
health, I think I wouldn't lie, I was in primary two. I was that young, and I'll tell you why I feel I was in primary two. I lost my mom at that age.
Mm,
And the process of grief did not make sense to me.
mm,
Like I felt like my siblings are crying, they are rolling on the floor. I'm not crying. I felt like it's something wrong. But when I got to primary four, I started missing her, even though I don't know her. Then I understand I'm missing something I never really, for a person of 8 years,
mhm,
you really don't have too much knowledge of your mom. So why am I grieving? I started having different thoughts going on in my head. Then I realized that it took me back to myself, and I started questioning my thought process. And thanks to my dad and everyone around me, they found it was more challenging to them because I was different in thinking,
Mm.
unlike all my other siblings. They were more straightforward. I
Mm.
could be in my mind, I could imagine things, and it was more challenging for my dad. I'll say that because he keeps praying. But then I realized if I'm leading that conversations when I got to GS class, if I'm leading conversations like that, so I will observe people. I don't know, for one reason, I just feel like they are coming from a place that they are not aware of.
Mm.
And that place seems not beyond them, is in them. Because me, I could relate with that thing, but they cannot.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. So every time I want to lead that conversation with people, especially my sister, she's always giving me this. No, 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 it's too hard. No, 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 it's gonna disrupt my brain. No, 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 it's gonna just leave my mind. Until one day she called me. I was like, Ireti, do you know what happened? I'm having this oppressive thought. I was in school of nursing then. I'm having this oppressive thought. It keeps coming and all of that. And I went to where she was serving. And that was where we started talking. And I told her what to do. Trust me, I've gone through that process before. So I told her what to do and it helped her. So I realized that the conversation of mind, the conversation of mental health is stigmatized. One,
Mm.
because there's a mentality we have with mental illness. It is not the wellness
Mm.
that we know, it is
Yeah.
the illness that we know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we know the illness as somebody on the road going naked.
Mm.
We do not know the illness as a process. And we ignore the person in our house that is easily irritable.
Mm.
We ignore the person in our house that is always keeping to self. We ignore the person in our house that always says yes and never say no. And we always see them as a
Mm.
good person. So
Mm.
it feels like we have defined mental health as illness, not as wellness.
Yes. Woof.
So we are more aware of the madman on the street. We are more aware of the man naked on the road. We do not know depression. We are more aware of suicide. We are more aware of those things, but we do not know the ones that are quite close to us and happening within us
Us.
that can lead us to that extreme place.
Mm.
And because we know the illness, we run away from the
Well.
wellness.
Mm.
It stops us from approaching, because trust me, I feel like it's a lot of work to deal with your mind.
It is.
It's Yeah, it's a lot of work because you have to not judge you have to learn not to judge yourself, learn to love yourself, learn to listen to yourself, learn to grow, learn to change. And our mind, if if it has never really been used to those things, we will find it challenging. And so, me, I always advise that every time we are trying to approach mental wellness, we do not just need a therapist. We need persons, people, professionals that is well knowledgeable in what could be going on in your mind at every phases of your journey.
Yeah.
What could be going on in your mind? You can be going through parenting, and I understand that you're already feeling guilty, you're already feeling tired, and this is what will happen to you next. I understand those things, but someone else may not
Mm.
understand it. Yeah, so it's more about having someone around you who can support you, who can help you. So I think we run away from it because of how we have defined it, how we have seen it culturally, and the fact that we are more focused on the illness, not the wellness. Now, how can we start prioritizing our mental health? I was trying to wrap my head around mental health, m- looking at mental health in a whole box. And I realized that mental health is just who we are because it's our brain inside there. It's one aspect of human race, humanity, or yeah, human that carries everything about us. There is no part of our body that is not controlled by nerves. There is no part of, and every point of your body that nerves gets to your brain. And if it gets to your brain, it gets to your mind. So it's obviously everything about you. It's obviously you. So how can we start prioritizing it? I wouldn't go about go into go for therapy and all of that. So I'll start by saying how you talk to yourself, how you see yourself, how you listen to yourself, unlearn those things, and building a healthy mindset around change. Now, I think that change is what was for an African person. We embrace change from screaming, beating. So if you now go through challenges in life, you
Mhm.
want to scream yourself out of it. You want to beat yourself out of it. So if you now start changing those methods, it feels odd. You feel like I'm pampering myself. I've heard people tell me before that if I don't say bad things to myself, I won't be able to run and achieve something. I'll be like, excuse you.
There's something wrong.
Like, are you saying I'm going to look myself and say, oh, you're a failure, you're good for nobody, so that I can pass? I don't know how you are passing, oh, but you are not passing. You may be passing physically, but you are not passing mentally. So how you talk to yourself, because when you say something to yourself, it go back, it's like you're saying something that will go back into your head. Your mind will be convinced about it and it will reset it. Words reset our brain. Words, it resets our mind. I know that. That's why you see people doing more of affirmation. So instead of me saying start affirming yourself, change the way you speak to yourself, change the way you perceive yourself. Even in your worst phase, the Bible said that let the weak says I am strong. Let the poor says I am rich. Why? Because you have hope somewhere. So change the way. Then take a walk, move your body. L- Like move your body, walk. Even if you're not doing a lot of exercise, move your muscles. Move, just keep moving. Walk with your leg, move with your hand. And if you can do exercise like coach roots, that's fine. So then I also say eat healthy. Help your guts to perceive right. Help. I think one of those things that we've not been able to do well is eating healthy, because we feel like we just have to eat. We don't have to eat. It's a medication. It's drug. It's like saving yourself from medication. It's drug. If we look at genesis of food, it is herbs, it is plants. It's not it's not refined food. It's not canned food. Those canned food started coming in when we talked about speeding up time, catching up with life, and all of that. Let me just sit and binge on something in the can. No, eat healthy. Think about what you want to eat. Then I feel like we also need to start spending time in the sun.
Mm.
Those things, yes, spending time in the sun. You need vitamin D. Yes, it needs to activate a lot. But then one thing I would say or round up that question is that we we can do anything, we can prioritize our mental health when we start seeing it from the place of wellness, not illness. When you consciously see it from the place of wellness, see it from, okay, I'm aiming towards wellness, not illness. So I'm not handling these thoughts because I'm afraid of running mad. I'm handling it because I want to shift to illness.
Mm.
I'm not handling this pain because, or this disappointment because, for my mental headache, oh no, from protecting my mental headache, no, not just that, but because I am going on the wellness side. I am trying to shift my ground from negativity to positivity, and I think that's will work. But I feel it's about changing every little thing in our lifestyle that is not working for us. Trust me, like you
Mm.
just identify that, I'm not eating healthy, change it. I'm not working enough, change it. I'm not drinking water, change it. I'm not saying positive things to myself, change it. I'm not thinking right, change it. Just always putting change, because our brain loves to change. Our brain loves us to change. Every change baits a new neuron.
Mhm.
And that neuron will just keep growing itself. Just the more you affirm it, it keeps growing. So you have a lot of neurons in your head. That's why neuroscientists advise that you read a book, you learn new things. So because it keeps your brain active. But our body loves not to change. So when you not listen to your body, you ignore your brain. You
Mm.
just remain like that. I don't know if I made any
Yeah, a lot
sense.
of sense. It's a handshake basically. There's a major handshake between the mind and the body, and that's powerful. And one thing I like to highlight from what you've said is the spectrum thing, that health is a spectrum,
Yeah.
so we don't want to see it that way. We're just like looking at the extreme end of illness and all of that. We're not looking at the fact that from he started from health, and he gradually moved towards illness, but we just focus on, even when it comes to physical health as well, we're just focusing on hypertension, if and that's why WHO had to even emphasize that it's not only the absence of illness.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I like that you touched on that. Also, you mentioned the fact that we should focus more on wellness versus illness. It's just half full versus half empty. Don't do it for the negative reasons. Oh, I don't want to have hypertension. Oh, I don't want to go mad. Oh, I don't know. How about you doing it for the good reason? I want to,
Healthy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be healthier. I want to be well. And I think I wanted to touch more on that. What are a few benefits of us even paying attention to our minds? Like you shared that we are our minds. Our mind is us. It's just
Yeah.
is a whole us.
Yeah.
What are a few benefits that you can mention? Okay, if I begin to do all these things and working more, eating healthy, spending time in the sun, speaking to myself better, what's all that really going to do for me as a mom, as a human being in my life? Just maybe a few benefits that you can
So,
highlight.
so the first one I'll just say is that it will change your life. Like it's just changed you. You can't, this spring just made me realize that I've missed sun. It's different. You know, I'm at work and I had to sit in the sun. Like I consciously had to go in the sun, and I was just with the young man that was there with the patients. I felt good. Even though I started that shit in anger, I ended it. I realized that the joy I needed at that moment would not come in talking to myself, affirming myself. Oh, try to go. I've tried it. I've tried it from 8 a.m. to like 2. But then I said, oh, this affirmation is not
Not
working.
working.
I tried ranting. Oh, it wasn't working. So I feel like I know that, not a feeling, I know that the first thing you will change is your life. Because as a man thinketh, so he is. So if you start thinking along wellness, if you start working towards wellness, you will just be well. You will you will just be fine. It will just you will just be, because you're already telling your mind that, my brother, or not affect back and sin. This is how we want to walk. This is where we want to go. This is how we want to shift. And this is how I want to lead you on wellness. And your mind will just obey. It will just follow. So that's the first one. Then the second thing is this: change will become more easier and simple for you. It's just you just find it easy to look at yourself and say, you have a bad habit, just change. Not until someone starts saying, do you know you? Yeah, change will be very easy for you because you will spot it. Now, each time you spot it, it will come from a place of judgment. It will come from a place of compassion. It will come from a place of understanding. It will come from a place of acceptance. I was thinking that an emotionally intelligent woman is someone who is not held down, bound, defined by emotion. Any emotion, trust me, sis, any emotion at all. Joy is not defining you. Sadness is not defining you. Why? Because I was sharing with some people in my mentoring class about emotion, and the person said that I've always felt like I should relate more with my sorrow, with my pain, than my joy. I'm like, excuse you, should do something with it. She said it never really occurred to her. Like, yeah, because when we feel sad, is it that we sit down in it or we run away from it? But when we feel happy, we're everywhere. I learned earlier, in fact, in life, that when I'm happy, at a very tender age, I felt like maybe witches were doing me. But it wasn't so. I was just that girl that was not in charge of her emotion, that wasn't holding her emotion. Now, every time something good happens to me, like age 5 or 2, I would destroy something in the house. I will bang on something. In fact, I would jam talk. That in fact I might be beaten. Before the end of that day, I would have shot beaten. And I was like, am I okay like this? Is it a problem to be happy? And I got to realize that, yeah, I can be happy. I can embody happiness consciously. I can embody joy consciously. I can embody peace consciously. I must not say because I'm happy, I'm everywhere and I'm messing everywhere up. So it helps you to embrace change easily. Then another thing so if you're embracing change, if we are embracing change, we'll be growing, because you are not holding anything down. You are not defined by anything. Now, if I say our emotions shouldn't define us,
Yes.
including joy,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be like, Are you sure
Mm-hmm.
joy should define me?" No, because it's your ability to undo it. Yeah, I'm happy and I'm smiling, but you can be happy and smiling, and the enemy will enter you. A
Mm-hmm.
toxic person will enter you, like okay, you just won a lottery and you're a single woman. You just won a lottery and you're so happy, and you meet a guy and you're like, oh, those are the people that will end up having sex that they did not plan for, get pregnant that they did not plan for because they are happy.
Happy. Mm-hmm.
But if you're a conscious person, like, yeah, I'm happy, but this shit you are bringing, I'm not taking it. You are defining you are separating your emotion from your reality.
Powerful. Mm-hmm.
So it helps us to grow. And another thing is that it changes our perspective to life. Some of us, we grew up with negative perspective, negative idea of life, idea of marriage, idea of parenting, idea of even self. So when we start working on our mind, when we start working on how we see things, when we start working on our thought process, when we start working on our emotion, when we don't let it define us, you will just see that life takes shape. Life just like, you don't need to influence life, it will just change, because even you now get to that point at which life is according to you, not according to your circumstances, not according to your situation, not according to the event, not according to people. In fact, sometimes not even according to you when you are not in your right state of mind.
Oh my goodness.
You have put life in a space that it's going to be beyond you. And I don't know how to say this. I feel like if we also start working on our mind, working on our mental health, we rate life and living so high. Now, oftentimes people that works on their mental health and their mind, in the world, they have this intellectual attainments and perception, that they get to a point, some will get to a point and just say, oh, universe is the one giving us everything. You see, working on your mental health makes you achieve this spirituality, spiritual clarity in your mind, in your state of being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will just attain it. It's a feeling, it's a reality, because life is redefined, situation is redefined, everything about you is redefined. It's not the same way you used to see it. So you now begin to feel like a semi-god. So it gives you, and trust me, it gives you this spiritual understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It awakens more of your spirit, man.
Okay.
And oftentimes I feel it is because our mind is in our soul. So our mind is in our brain. So those three things, one way or the other, we just link to it. You just have spiritual clarity. I pray, I spend time praying, but then sometimes I just sit down. I'll just put a chair down and just say, God, sit down. We want to have a conversation. I could cry, I could scream, but then I realized that I don't know how I got that, really. But I've taught a lot of people that anyway, and they've tried it, and it springs up their spiritual life, because I love it more than, oh Father Jesus. It's like, God, do you know that yesterday So it makes me attain this calmness. I will not end up start doing this screaming, oh Jesus, oh God. And it will also redefine your spirituality.
Mm.
It makes God more clearer to you.
Yeah.
In fact, it makes whatever you believe in more clearer. So I wouldn't say God alone because spiritual realm is wild. So for a believer, that's why for me personally, I feel I'm sent to the believer. I know I'm sent to the believers, not to get that space of spirituality and feel like they don't need God. You need God. God is inside that spirituality, and you need to work with it. So that's one. And I think that when we start embracing mental
Mm-hmm.
wellness and we start prioritizing it, it alters and influences the people around us.
Yeah.
It's,
You're going there.
yeah, it influences the people around us. It just speaks on them. It just it just put them in the right shape because you have changed the way you are saying things. So for your son that is probably not paying attention, that usually you would have screamed, or the daughter that is not doing chores, that usually you would have screamed, because you are also practicing self-compassion, because you are also practicing knowing the rules of what you're doing. You will start that wellness with them, and one way or the other, it will allow you to give them grace to be like, maybe that's not the way you are saying it. Okay, maybe this is the way you are seeing it. So it helps you to understand the people around you in a different perspective. Like
Mm.
you just understand the people around you. I don't know how to describe better. You just understand them. You argue less because you know why they are doing what they are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't trade your peace for it. So you will also learn how to bring them to that healthy space where both of you can talk and have the conversation in a more healthier way. But if you now see that, oh, this person is not even forthcoming, you can now change your direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know that I've wasted time here. I'm talking about marriage, like, oh, I've wasted time here. This guy is not going to change. I've tried everything. I'm calm. But then I know that when we embrace wellness, it's it's more on us first. It's more on us. It changes us. It changes the world around us. It changes the people around us. It speaks more about us to others. It helps us to understand people. You will just understand people. You will just understand behavior. You will understand nature. You will understand life. And you will, I wouldn't say control, but you will learn to accept life and living and accept people. So sometimes you just realize that this person cannot change. I'll just accept him as he is. Okay, but I now know what I can accept. I know what I cannot accept. So mental wellness brings you to consciousness. It brings you to an awakening of yourself, awakening of the people around you, awakening of destiny. So it's a lot, sister. I don't know.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
if I have answered your question, but it's a
Oh
lot.
my goodness. You've said a lot, and I just wanted to say that if people that are watching now, people that are going to catch the replay, I've put her name there. Just follow her, follow Soul Nurse, because if you want to start unpacking all the things that she's saying, she's just dropping gems. So I want to say, can you expatiate more on this? We'll sleep here tonight because the things are plenty.
And
She'll
the
just
funniest thing is, I don't do a lot of posting on things like that. Yeah, I'm
so
more
there's
of a
depth.
conversation person
Yes,
than
yes.
setting up camera.
I know. But at least if they follow you, they can know when you're doing things,
Yeah.
when you're having your mentorship programs, get into those programs. Because that's when, honestly, that's when I said it in the beginning, I like to listen to her when she's talking. Because you will not see those things in the public space. But when you just press one button like this, oh my goodness, the wisdom you would receive, you yourself you would know. Like you said
Thank you.
a lot of things. And one thing that I just wanted to highlight a bit more was that thing where you talked about you would not trade your peace for certain things. And I want to link that to what they call the law of attraction. I don't know if I'm using it rightly, but you can just try and get sense behind what I'm trying to say as we begin to wrap up, so we don't keep you for too long. This thing about trading your peace, and it's also from that place of self-compassion. You're compassionate for yourself, you're extending that compassion to others, and you're like, I need to just establish boundaries and manage what I'm taking and what I'm giving and all of that. But then I want to ask a question. That this thing about when they say, if there's drama always happening around you, maybe there's something in you that is attracting the drama. And if there's, I want you to touch on that. Like, does that really have anything? Because people say, I don't look for trouble, but people are just always bringing something to me. I don't understand what's going on here. So can you just touch on that from your mental health professional perspective?
So what I have observed over time is that even if you don't like trouble and trouble is coming, it's either two things. It's either you are missing your training ground,
Mm-hmm.
one, or you are not setting the right boundaries.
Mm.
Or maybe I said two things, it could be a lot. So let me so if for instance I've found out that okay, I constantly relate or meet someone that hurts me, have you sat down to observe the pattern? Now, a lot of time we don't do inner work. We just move on. We just run away. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
I do.
I'm trying to create a scenario. Like, okay, let's say, I just met a boy or a lady that hurts me, and I just went, just get out. I'm going. That's not it. If you can recall 2, 3 incidents like that, then you have to come and sit down and create a list. Number one, Bolu. Number two, Tolu. Number three, Bolaji. I'm just making an example. I want to simplify it.
Yeah, thank you.
You will now highlight those behavior that Bolu screams. Does Tolu scream? No. Bolaji screams. Yes. Okay. Bolaji works like this because you're trying to find out what they are doing. Is it related? One of those things mental health will let you understand is pattern. It will let you understand pattern of your behavior and pattern of other people's behavior. It's not possible for you to understand your pattern of behavior while you don't understand other people's pattern of behavior. While I was working today, now I wasn't expecting that I was going to nurse 27 patients. But then I got there and the person that was supposed to work with me is not there. I was frustrated. And in my head, I'm like, I just need to speak to my husband and scream on him now. But then I understand that that's the way I feel inside of me. I have to consciously create an awareness that screaming is displacing. You are running away. Then I have to come back to myself. So I feel like the lot of the problem we have is doing that inner work.
Yes, definitely.
So we run away. When we run away, we ignore how it happened, why it happened, and when it happened. That's the first. Then we also ignore our own role in what happened. Are you seeing somebody is bad and you left that person? Have you tried to look at what you also did to empower that horrible nature? Have you tried to look at how you played into that horrible nature? You may not have. See, empowerment is empowerment. It may not have been something you did intentionally. It may be something you did out of being kind, out of being good. It may be something you did out of being naughty. Now, growing up, I always thought I don't know how to keep friends. And it's not like I never really have friends. I do have friends. I have a lot of friends. But I realize that people just want to be my friend. Like I'm not this outwardly person. I want to say, oh, I want to be someone's friend. But people want to be my friend. And I'll keep them. I found people that hurt. I found people that did not hurt and they left. But one thing I studied over time is pattern. So if you are coming again and you are saying you want to be my friend, I don't mind. But I want to study the pattern of your behavior that looks like the other person that hurts me. I'm not using it to define you. And I'm not ignoring red flags. Now, I feel like we all have different definition of red flags. Things we cannot take. Me, you may come to my house and not wash plates. I don't wash plates. I don't like it. I may ignore it. But if you come to my house and start screaming on my children, I don't scream on them. I don't hurt them. You are a red flag. So sometimes we also exaggerate or ignore our own feeling in situations. Like,
Yes.
you just feel like, let me bear it more. Mm, let me bear it more. Why are you bearing it more? I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should. But why? Are you doing it out of fear of missing out, or out of the consciousness of maybe I am wrong? Let me give you another reason. Let me now observe. Or it's two different reasons. I'm wrong. You're not a bad person. Okay. Okay, I shouldn't run away from you. Okay. But then this thing you are doing is a pattern. Do I understand it? So we'll keep attracting a same set of people if we do not study patterns. If you don't study patterns, if you don't build an awareness, if you don't also acknowledge the role you play in those instances, and if you don't take responsibility. I also feel that taking responsibility is something we don't want to do. Shifting blames. It was her, she didn't call me yesterday. It was him, she didn't greet me last week. You are shifting blame. Okay, let me use my friend as an example. Our love language is is um is anything. I don't even know. But I think that our love language will be compassion, because she will show you that self-compassion. My love language is compassion, but it's not like the first compassion. But then, for someone like me that doesn't really have attention, sometimes I would have moved on. But because I want to train myself again, I will move back and I'll start that conversation. Okay, did you feel that way? Now, before, I used to feel like all my friends moved on, they left me. They didn't leave me. I I wasn't building a consciousness of understanding them, to be with them how they want me to be. Now, it's okay, but are you with people the way they want you to be? I want you to talk. It's okay, but not talking at all is a problem. Keeping this to yourself, it's a problem for me. It's a red flag for me. It's not just a red flag. If it's a black, I don't like it. And I have to come to a consciousness of, I do not like it. So if this relationship is going to continue, or this thing is going to continue, then I'm either taking responsibility or modified my life around it. Is it important? Yeah, to me. Can I give you time to learn it? Okay, yes. So I feel like building mental awareness will just help you to keep growing, because it won't put you in that space of I am perfect. It's always put you in the place of maybe. Maybe. But that maybe is not out of judgment. It's out of getting better. It's out of a hopeful one. Yeah. So I feel like we'll keep attracting people for our unrefined personality and temperaments, for our unchanging ways. We'll keep, you still remain the same person. So the same set of people will keep coming. Same set of people will keep coming. You will always attract them. Then either because of trauma. But I've just tried to explain both how they can manifest. You don't study pattern, you don't build self-awareness, you did not take responsibility, you ignore accountability, you redefine your red flags, you keep shifting ground. Now, I don't support, this person hurts me, let me just move on to the next. Tell me, what are you trying to avoid? That person came to your life for a purpose. There's a saying I've forgotten, but is that if you meet people, is that they are there to teach you something, or me? The only one I remember is to teach me something. So everybody in my life is there to teach me something. So I don't know if I answered it, but that's just
you did. And the powerful part of that thing that you shared is that part of taking responsibility, which we run away from a lot. That person is a horrible person. No, you broke my heart. He did this. He told me to do that. And we don't even. What role did you play in even, making all of that happen? How did you enable? Where did you
Yeah.
empower that person? So that
Enable.
place
Yes.
of taking responsibility, is something that really, even we do it, even with our children. Say, why do you made me shout? You made me shout. Did,
Someone
did the person press on your
on your shout vocal
or you're
cord.
shouting or your vocal cord to make it, or put a mic to your mouth? I know, but it's almost like something that we've learned. It's a bad habit that we've really learned, that we don't really own what we do wrong. I say it to my children, and then I fix it immediately. I'm like, actually, you didn't make me shout. I shouted, and I'm sorry for shouting.
Sorry for shouting.
I'm
I
sorry
am
for
stressed.
shouting. Yeah,
Will you give me
I could
some
have
minutes
corrected you without
to be
shouting.
quiet?
Yeah, I could have passed my message without shouting. So you did not make me shout. Yeah, you did what you
Yes.
did, which I'm not happy about. But I'm
Yes.
not going to put that responsibility of my
No.
shouting or you.
No.
But we do that a lot. At work, you're just blaming everybody but yourself, and that is a very big obstacle to growth. Because
Yes.
if you don't see that I need to get better here, there will never be growth. And
There will never be a new person from
yes,
you.
yeah, because you just feel like I'm perfect, I'm good, I'm
Yes.
I'm doing great,
Yeah.
and yeah, and and that thing you also said about so, relationships teaching you something. I also believe that very strongly because I used to say sometimes that there are certain relationships that if I didn't get into, I would never have known some things about me.
Yeah.
I'll just look at myself. I'm a well-behaved girl. I'm a quiet person. I don't look for trouble. But
No.
certain relationship, you're just like, this thing do exist inside me. I have this kind of thing inside me. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at myself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
some things will bring us in things and now give you that opportunity to get better in those things. Because you don't know, maybe in a few months, weeks, you might meet somebody that will even press that button even harder. But if you had not worked on it at that point, you won't get better. And just wrapping up what I'm saying now here with that thing that it is a spectrum. You can't get to that point where you will not say, I am 100% healthy now. It's a journey. There will be times you will keep catching yourself like, like you were saying today that that they told you, go and call your husband and shout. And you're like,
You pick the shift. You pick the like, that is not do that for you again.
But you have to self-correct that, chill.
Yeah.
We're not displacing. Let's deal with it. And you tried things. Oh, affirmation. This one is not working. This is not. So it shows that it's a spectrum. You can't get to that point where you just say, I press this button and it just worked. You just keep trying, getting better. Today, I was still looking at the mirror and I said, if not that this person did this, I will not be doing this. And that thing just told me, stop. Just you two, you did not use
You
this.
have
This
it.
is your own comma. You two, you did not
have it in you.
exactly. So face your front, fix your own comma, and leave. Yesterday I was just reading somewhere in the Bible, and I was talking about. It was this morning. Like, remove this in your own eye before you start looking at, the speck in somebody's eye, and that's what you were saying
Yes.
about the fact that it changes your own life first. That's what focusing on your mind just does for you. It changes you first, and then you can even see clearly and be more compassionate to even be able to help that person bring out whatever it is that is in their eyes. But like, I'm just trying to say that to let you know that don't ever feel like they've said this mental thing. I work in the sun. I do this, I do that. Nigerian song, go to fair Bomilori. But I'm not still doing
Miss
well.
Nigeria son, no.
I'm not still doing better with my mental health. I'm still just extend yourself some grace on that journey. Realize that it's a journey, but just constantly keep working at it. Don't stop. Keep working at it. Try, if you journal, you see that journal is not really quite working.
I didn't even talk about that.
Yeah. Just keep trying. There's a lot of things to try, and eventually, exactly, is that willingness, and it just keeps drawing you. And like she said, if you dig up things that you don't understand, that you can't manage, you're just like confused, and I feel like it can be counterproductive sometimes if you dig out some things and just like it will to just see you. At that point you need a professional, and that's why we've got people like the Sonos. She does sessions, She does events, programs. She has a community that you can also connect to that will help, just help us keep growing on that journey. It's a lifetime journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we just keep going at it and going at it and working on it and getting better. I like that you touched on the children part and all of it. You've answered all my questions that I would have asked, and I really, really, really appreciate your time. I hope and I'm sure that everybody who's watching this now will catch the replay. I've gotten a lot from this conversation. Definitely follow her, please. Join our communities, key into things that she's doing. If I see any of her flyers, I'll definitely throw it inside the group. Like, let us just go, because all these things, they're very important, and they're not very common as such. Do you understand? It's something that we're beginning to grow into this era, So if you see somebody who's sharing, especially that you can relate to, that you can connect with, just definitely take advantage of that. So catch the replay, watch it from beginning to the end. There's something for you there. Is it how you can say, God, sit down, let's talk? Abby, or how you can, there's a lot, and there will be definitely something for you to take away. But as we wrap up, I just want you to leave, what if there was a few things, maybe one or two things that you'd leave for any mom who is trying to start this walk, this journey, that for them, their mind is very, out, not an insult, but maybe still uncultured. Like, they've never really paid attention to it. They're just unrefined. Yes, exactly. But they're just living. What's like one, step two, like clear steps, do this, do that they can do to just start working their way step by step towards a more emotionally healthy and intelligent, to becoming a more emotionally healthy and intelligent person. Just maybe one or two steps.
I'll
then
just say that you want to say something.
Yeah, and then they can join your community, follow you for more. But start here,
So when we're starting, I wanted to say that I'm thinking a mom, but a mom is a person. She's just that person
the person first.
yes. She's just that person that has a lot of responsibilities. That is quite much life all over. So what I'll just say is listen to yourself more.
Thank you.
Your body can't lie to you. Your mind can't lie to you. Your body carries everything you've gone through in life. Everything. Working in old people's home, sometimes I'll just look at them in 90s on the bed, sick, and I'll be like, what's happening to this person's mind? And trust me, there are some people that even die with conscious and healthy mind. They may not have a healthy body. Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, they die with healthy mind. There's a woman, she was just shouting, Jesus, help me. That's the thing she shouts. Jesus, help me. That's what she shouts. If you just, listen to your body more. Listen to yourself. When you listen to yourself, you are listening to the God that you are. You are listening to the God that you are aiming towards, which is Almighty God. You are listening to your past. You are listening to your future. So how do you listen to yourself? So if anything happens to you, come back, journal about it. Don't judge it. Okay, you just spilled water on someone. Don't judge it. Just acknowledge, oh, I spilled water. You see, if you start by saying, I spilled water, don't go to the next thing. What you did is bad. No. Don't go to, oh, why did I do it? Maybe you should now go to, how did it happen? Okay, I was carrying it. I wasn't carrying it well. Now start taking responsibility and learn to spend quiet time with yourself. That's another way to listen. Spend quiet time. Spend,
Sorry,
I think I
to interrupt you there. I was watching a video on YouTube, was it Facebook the other day, and Bishop Oyedepo was saying some people sleep with television on. You are dying, you are killing your destiny. You're dying gradually. When do you have to listen to yourself? So as you just said it, I just remembered it. Like
Yeah.
television is playing in your head all day, all night, all day. You're listening to people. What time do you have to even listen to yourself? So yeah, I just
In fact, the sign of ADHD.
wow.
Yeah, it's one of those signs because you can't process your thoughts. So everything is you just need everywhere to be bubbling. You need that few moments. Put down your phone, be with yourself, take a walk, talk to yourself. Listen to yourself, talk to yourself. Just let there be a conversation between you and yourself talking. Oh, oh really? I don't like the conversations of did you see how Bola threw that water on you yesterday? Did you try to have the beginning is that let's try to have any conversation with ourselves. Like, Ireti, do you know that you really tried yesterday? You will see how your mind will shift to you did not try at all.
Right.
That is when you will know that, oh girl, you have a
There's
lot to
work.
do.
There's work. Mm.
So listen to yourself. Listening to yourself is more about listening to every bit of your emotions. Like then you can practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is bringing yourself. I think we had that, so they can get it on your
Yeah.
page. It's coming back to yourself. It's about saying no. Wait, let's stay in this moment. No, let's stay in this moment. So that's also a way of listening. But I know that if we start listening to ourselves, if we start if you will see how much you have not listened in the time past, you will see how much pain you have carried, and you will see how much hope that pain has taken away from you. So, mindfulness, journaling, talking to yourself, taking a walk. It's not just taking a walk, conscious walk.
Mm.
Consciously walking, like okay, I will like because more fellow exercise. As if you are going to walk,
Mm.
and consciously take your phone away. Sometimes
Mm.
switch it off, keep it 5 minutes. Sometimes when I keep my phone 5 minutes and I'm like going back there, I'll say, "Ireti, what's wrong with you? Practice what you preach."
Good.
I was telling one thing, I was like, what am I running away from myself? That's the question.
Mhm.
Why am I running away? It doesn't look like we are running, but we're actually
Yes.
running. It means I can't focus. There's going to be a time where we are going to get old. A child is not going to be there. Your husband may not never be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it will only be you.
Mm. And you'll be a
On this
stranger
earth,
to yourself then, if you do.
on this earth, and if I sometimes I just what if anything bad, God forbid, happens to us, and like you don't have a phone, you can't press the phone. There are patients that will just be using mouth say, you know, you're still always going
Your
to be in your head.
mind. Yeah.
And if that head is not healthy, it is done for. I was listening to a man, a preacher, I think Pastor Dalapo is on Instagram, is in USA,
Yeah.
and he was talking about, you know
Yes.
him?
I've been seeing his videos as well.
Yeah, I love his teachings. He said he was talking to a woman that had cancer and told the woman that see people that don't die that die they accepted it. There was something he said around that if you don't accept it will not be yours, so keep fighting, keep saying. So the woman just I don't want to die. Do you know the woman did not, the cancer went off, like she got better, she got better. And in my work as a nurse too, I realized that people that want to die really know they want to die. Like they just get to that point and say they want to die.
We
They,
know.
they just know. They will know.
Mm.
And except for emergencies and all of that. So I feel like we will never always escape ourselves. So we have to build that familiarity.
Yeah.
Since the thought that always comes to my heart is even when we now die, all of us churches, some people say they don't know where they are going. Some of us know that we are going to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And we are walking. It's not going to be you and anybody, no social media. It's just going to be you and your
Yeah.
head, and you're going to be thinking. So at that point, what do you want to be thinking about? Are you? And trust me, that thing will not be redefined. It's just always going to be because the programming the more you invest now into talking to yourself, it dwells in your being. It empowers it. It brings it alive. And I can say that from experience. When I did surgery of my son, I was gone. Like I was unconscious. with anesthesia or whatever. So I was just like, where am I? I knew I was in a space. Where am I? What are they doing? What is around me? I was just there thinking, what's the, and I was just like, my mind, go back. I'm always doing that. Go back to what happened before you. What am I sleeping? No, what am I sleeping? So just don't know me that my mom started playing you. You are pregnant. You are laboring. They said you can do CS, so you are now on the theater table. Oh, that was when I now said, okay. So I feel that will happen to us one way or the other. I've heard people say that story. So we need to build that relationship with ourselves. Let's reduce the gadgets and all of. If you build listen to yourself, you will listen to your children, you will listen to your husband. You will not just talk, you will listen. You will be listening. They will, in fact, you will listen to what they want to say that they did not say, the good and the bad. You will listen. You will hear them.
The verbal and non-verbal.
Yeah.
Wow. This has been powerful as always. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Do we have any questions? I can see
Oh.
that we've got a few comments. Hello, Iyiola, good Kule. Thank you, Monis. I don't know if she's still here, but do we have any questions? Does anybody have any questions for our guest before she leaves? And like I said, she's a community member. So for people that are catching the replay, if you have a question, also drop it in the comment section. Just tag her. But if she don't tag, I will tag her. She would be able to respond to your question as well. But be sure to follow her. Follow our community, follow anything that she's doing. It would definitely help you. This thing is a journey. She cannot give us all of the knowledge in one day, that's why she's just giving us something to take away. Just begin to listen to yourself more. I shared it, I think sometime last week. Whatever you get from that is data, is vital data that you need to work with. It's not for you to judge yourself. It's more actually for you to grow and get better, to be able to pick out things, from there, like, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? How did this happen? And all of that. So just to begin to question things. And if you get stuck, please talk to a professional so that it does not now become counterproductive.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
So thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming.
You're doing a great job. I have to give you that flower.
Thank you.
You are
So
the
are you.
motivation to motivate us.
So are you. We are all motivating ourselves together. The motivation is mutual. It's mutual. I've seen a video, just like, okay, go, mama. I've seen International Woman too. She's posted her own post. I said, okay, go. Let's all just be pushing.
We are not giving up.
Don't give it up. Don't give it up. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being a vital and a go-get part of this community. We truly appreciate that, and keep doing the great work that you're doing. Keep healing souls. Keep growing people. Keep doing the good job you're doing. It's a great work you're doing, and we really appreciate you, and God bless you more. God empower you more. Thank you so much. And good night, everybody. Good night, sis. You have a good evening. I hope you are resting tomorrow from your 27 patients.
Yes.
Okay. Good night. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. I hope this saves so we can catch the replay.